Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. What up? As Martin would say, listen, I didn't do a good job. Don't judge me. I am Kalen Laws. You can follow me at Senor Wapo 713 on all social media outlets. Welcome to G is for Gentlemen here on the Sphere TV. Listen, this show is for you fellas and for the ladies too. We want to show you how to celebrate gentlemanly culture through fashion, through style, through appearance, grooming, and all things cultural. We want to make sure that we bring back the dapper, the debonair. We want to bring back that which is cultural to the black man and to the forefront. Listen, I'm so excited to be here with you today. I kind of got some bad news and some good news. I wonder which one you want first. You want the bad news? The bad news is my brother from another style mother, Regis Devonish, cannot be here today. But it's all good. It's okay. Because we at the Sphere, we're always prepared. I got a phenomenal gentleman here in the studio with me by the name of Brother Garry. Listen, if you don't know who this guy is, not only is he a gentleman, not only is he a scholar, not only is he a businessman, not only is he a dapper debonair, player from, no, I'm just playing. But he's a fantastic gentleman who can chime in, who's going to sit in with us and have this conversation. Garry, what up, man?
What up, brother, man? Hey, what's up, good people here at the Sphere that's tuned in for GS for Gentlemen. My name is Garry Lee, also known as G Hawkins, of course. Now, you can find me anywhere online. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with a Z. And while I appreciate the accolades, Kaylin, while I appreciate them, I don't know if I fit every bill that was thrown out, but I try to do what I can for the people. That's how my father raised me. He raised me to be a gentleman at all times. And I try my hardest. I'm not 100%, but I'm always trying. I'm always excelling. That's what we do here on GS for Gentlemen.
Listen,
so I'm ready to do it, man.
I'm ready, man. All we can do is try.
That's it.
That's all we can do.
That's
is
how we
try.
build.
And 9 times out of 10, because we are black men, we're going to succeed.
Exactly. Talk about it.
Talk
about it.
Kings.
Indeed.
We come from royalty.
Always.
Right? Yeah,
always.
Man. So let's just jump right into
let's
it.
Do
I'm
it.
excited.
What you got? Let's talk about it.
So, we're in the Fashion Week season, right?
We are.
We're in Fashion Week season. And
okay.
The week before last was London Fashion Week, and I wanted to talk about it last show. But this week was Milan Fashion Week.
Ooh, yes, indeed.
Milan Fashion Week. So you kind of have like a strata or a hierarchy of fashion weeks. You got Milan, you got Paris, you got London, and you got New York, right? Those are kind of like they all kind of fight for the top spot.
Okay.
Generally speaking, Milan and Paris have the highest spots, right?
Now, would you say that's because of the trends that come out of there, or is it because of the brands that actually are a part of Fashion Week at those locations? How would someone, from my perspective, the layman, understand why Milan is so popular?
Well, because Milan and France are so popular because that's kind of where menswear got its start. So you have this in French. You have this this street in this area called Seville Row.
Okay.
And Seville Row kind of is known for world class tailors, bespoke menswear, women's wear, couture, and custom wear. And so this whole idea of fashion and being a gentleman in culture kind of stemmed from Europe.
Okay.
So that's where it kind of gets its start from. And a lot of the brands are based out of Europe.
Gotcha.
Okay. And so since they're based out of Europe, they're based in either London, the larger ones, London, Italy, or France, or I'm sorry, UK, Italy, or France.
Man.
You know, they kind of fight for the top spots. But
Sure.
But back in the 20s, New York came and said, hold on, fam. Wait a minute.
Talk about it.
Hold on.
Hold on a minute.
Don't forget about us.
Don't
New
forget
Yorkers,
about the
B.
boroughs.
Don't forget
Exactly.
about us New Yorkers, B.
Exactly.
I don't think they said B back in the 20s.
But who
it's all
knows?
good.
Who knows? Roaring 20s.
Yeah, man. And so, but again, the Roaring 20s, the
Sure.
Harlem Renaissance, all of that kind of
Very important.
Yeah, played
especially
a
with fashion.
role.
Sure.
In the fashion week. So you have Milan this week, right?
Okay.
And you have furs. You had boiler suits. You had blousy Baroque prints. Great Gatsby suiting. You had all of these these really live and over the top aesthetics going down the runway. And one thing I like about men's fashion weeks and men's shows is they're a lot more practical oftentimes than a woman's show. You know, if you look at a woman's show, they'll have on a fender. Like, you know what I'm saying? They have a camera lens as an accessory. Like, they do all kind of crazy stuff. But menswear is a lot more practical. And one of the designers that really sticks out, he's my all-time favorite designer, Gary. And you're very familiar with him, I'm sure, because we're children of the 90s, 80s and 90s, bro. You know, that was our era when we grew up and started understanding life, right?
Very true.
And so this brother by the name of Ralph Lauren, you know, that polo guy. Like, you know, in high school, that's all we had.
That's what it was.
Polo boots, polo
that
shirts.
stood out more than anything else. It was about that horse.
About the horse,
having
man.
that emblem on you.
Yeah,
it
man.
meant something as a kid.
It did. And so this brother came with it again. You know, he kind of changed the palette. He went for a lot more nudes and neutrals for kind of that linen look, kind of a pale linen, basic linen look throughout this. But it's classic Ralph Lauren.
Yeah.
It's wearable.
This is something I could foresee wearing out on an evening, an after 5. Like this is definitely spot on for those that are watching us right now. If you're sitting on your couch and you're watching us through your Apple TV, we want you to take a look at that. Look at the monochromatic style that you have from the tops to the jackets. I mean, it makes sense, and this is the type of style and class that we want to see moving forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We want to see iconicism. We want to see style. Listen, I'm all about pushing the envelope. If you ever follow me and you check out my Instagram, you check out my blog, you check out everything I got going, I always do something a little different, but I'm going to keep it classic at the same time, right? Yeah. I think there's something to be said about the gentleman who's able to push the envelope but not tear it. You know
I agree.
what I mean?
Yeah,
You know,
I feel that.
But in business, right?
Sure.
With the family, right? In relationships, kind of push the envelope, keep it fresh, keep it funky, but not just kind of throw it off a little bit, man. And so I'm super excited about that, man. You know, nothing other than the fact that all of these designers and all of these prints were proposed by different Milanese designers as dressing options for the men in the spring-summer 2018. So the way it happens is it's a season out. So in the fall, they present the spring of the next season.
Gotcha.
Right? So what was or in the summer, rather, they present the spring of the next season. So the overall takeaway from this was that the designers pulled in their own distinct directions. They ignored the trends, right?
Yeah, as we can see.
What they do best, right? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of... So this right here, for those of who are watching,
sure,
I would wear every last one of these things, just not together.
I you know what? You took the words out of my mouth, even down to the socks.
Yeah.
Like I see that.
Yeah, I would wear them, just not together.
Not together.
Just not together. But it's a fashion show, so you want to create something that's memorable. You want to show as much as you can that's coming down the pipeline, right? And Milan didn't disappoint, man. They really, really didn't disappoint. Even in troubled times, there's a customer for that kind of conviction,
right?
That kind of aesthetic, that kind of look. And, you know, globally, Europe has been hit kind of hard these past few months.
Very troubling.
Years, you know, with the euro falling and Brexit, Britain exiting the European Union and all of that kind of deal. But when you see things like these beautiful aesthetics and these beautiful wide palettes and these larger lapels with these rich leathers and textiles that coming out of Milan, man, with these Milanese designers, I'm excited, man. It really excites me.
Yeah, I agree,
it
man.
Really, really excites me. You know, the kind of texture that so Europe is really, really known for layering and texturizing their clothes, not perming like texturized, but you know,
for those that caught that.
For those that caught it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But adding different elements and layers, right? Putting plaids on top of stripes, putting polka dots on top of solids, mixing vertical stripes with horizontal stripes, as you see here.
Yeah.
You know, it's but it works seamlessly. They know how to do it, man. They know how to do it.
Yeah.
And so I'm super excited about Milan and the Fashion Week. Another thing that I'm super excited about, and Gary, listen, I want you to chime in on this one.
Talk to me.
Let's
do it.
Chime in on this one.
Let's do it.
Really, really heavily, right?
All right.
And that's Father's Day.
Oh, Father's Day. Good old Father's Day. It's gonna be a little difficult to chime in, but hey, I'm here. I'm here, man.
I want to recap it.
Okay.
Right. So last show we talked about some ideas and some ways to kind of take that kind of whack stigma off of getting dad a whack gift. Right.
Yeah, we talked about that.
That dad tie, that Hawaiian shirt that he ain't gonna never wear. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And but I just kind of want to do a recap, but from a different lens and a different perspective.
Okay, let's go there.
Fatherhood to me has taught me a number of different things, right?
Sure.
It's taught me a whole bunch of different things, but it's also taught me stuff about style, oddly enough, right? So when you look at a black man and you look at men in general, it's it's just now becoming popular culture, even from young into old. I think it kind of was sectioned off, but it's just now becoming popular culture that style that men really wanted to be in style, right? Men really wanted to be, my favorite word is dope, right? My favorite word, they really wanted to be dope when it comes to all of the things aesthetic. In fact, this portion of the show is sponsored by a really dope organization called KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Unleash Your Dopeness is a people empowerment movement built to encourage the masses to operate outside of their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue their dreams and passions in life. Join thousands of others as we unlock the greatness that dwells inside. Shop dope gear at kogpassion.com. That's kogpassion.com and use coupon DOPE, D-O-P-E, ! For a 10% discount off of exclusive Unleash Your Dopeness apparel. Act now. Ahorita, that's Spanish for right now. Sizes are selling out fast. Listen, you got to show your dopeness. You got to show your dopeness because as black men, listen, we got a whole lot of it oozing out.
Yeah, we do. We got a dope father on Facebook Live right now. What's up, Kareem Tillman? We see you, brother. What's good from
Kareem,
that boom
what up,
bap?
Man?
From that
we
boom
appreciate you coming in.
And you too, Z Mitchell, and chimed in. I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
We love
definitely.
It. We love it. We talk about fatherhood, talking about styles. Kareem, we celebrate you, man. Continuing what happened on Sunday, but it taught me. Fatherhood is the I'm talking about. Taught me a lot about style. Right? It taught me, first of all, that I rep more than myself. Right? I
Talk about it
more than myself. So, as a pops, as an old man, right? As a dude that only gets the big piece of chicken, right?
If that. Yeah.
I'm the leader of the family. I'm the leader of the home, right? And I represent my wife and my children, and even in style. You do the same thing, right? Not only do I represent them as it relates to me going out and earning a living, me going out and being a productive citizen and a model, but I represent them in how I look and how I just dress, changing the narrative, or I like to say further pushing the new narrative of the black man. Yeah. Right? There's this thing out of Africa they called dandyism, and dandyism is really just this little word that they say that black guys dressing real dandy, dapper dandy kind of deal. And so I represent more than myself. Number two is I'm in an elite class, and this one really, I want to get your perspective on this one, man. I'm in an elite class. Like this one really hit home for me, simply because the elite class that I'm in really has nothing to do with what I'm wearing.
I agree with that.
It has everything to do with how I was made.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like I'm right there with that.
I was made a black man. Like I so love being black, bro. Like I so love being alive, number one.
Sure.
I so love being a father and a husband, but I so love being black.
I mean, there's power in it.
Man.
And I think a lot of times what we see here in society today, or society right now, that's a plug for those that caught it.
Y'all ready?
What we see is that some of us have forgotten the greatness of being African American, have forgotten the fact that if you've got all this responsibility and burden on you, that means that there's power within you. That means that there's something about you that is not along the lines of those others, the other people that could not handle the things that you've been through or your culture has been through.
Yeah.
So we've got to recondition our mindset to say, you know what? I'm proud to be this African American that's full of style, that's full of grace, that's full of poise, that's full of class. That's a pure Renaissance person. We've got to hold on to that narrative and take control of it. It's important, man, especially as a father.
Especially as a father, because I have to pass that sentiment down to my daughter so that she can know what kind of man to look for.
Yeah.
Right. So that she can understand what authenticity really looks like.
Yep.
Right. So she can build strong and lasting relationships, whether it's platonic, professional, or otherwise. Right. I have to know that I'm in an elite class because I passed down that sentiment to her and to the people that she may encounter, right?
Yep.
And thirdly, what it's taught me about style is that I'm fearless. Yeah, right. Like the way I dress, man, is so fearless, right? So Gary, you and I, we grew up in the 80s and 90s, and it wasn't until like the past 6-7 years we've been well into adulthood in that time that being fly and being different when it comes to your dress has become the norm and kind of accepted.
True.
If you I was a jock growing up, right? 4-sport athlete, went to college on the track and field scholarship, and the jock that dressed really well was kind of looked at one of those kind of deals, right?
Okay.
You know, like if you were too into, you weren't, because the jock was supposed to be the manly man, right? He's supposed to be the guy, the muscle, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you could get away with certain things like a basic suit, but you couldn't really like dive into the deepness of style and fashion and be super into it without getting your manhood questioned or your masculinity questioned. And this was kind of traditional. And so, but I didn't care.
I don't think a lot of us cared.
Yeah.
And for me, it's interesting. I grew up on the opposite end of that. You know, while I did play sports, my father institutionalized the idea to me that my brain would take me further than my bronze, and because of that, I always felt like the internal nerd, never necessarily concerned about fashion or style. I saw it, I could understand it, I could create it, but my concern was never there because I was always geared to be focused on books and always going back to the academia of things. Yeah. However, it was always at the mindset, I'm like, that's trendy. I like that.
That's fun.
Oh, I like the way they put that color pattern together. Maybe they should have added this, that, and a third. But, you know, financially, we weren't able to do that when I was growing up. But obviously, as you become an adult, you know, things are at your leisure a little bit easier. So I feel where you're coming from, you know, especially growing up in high school on a different side of the track from one aspect, but right there with you.
Yeah, you know, and so I think it's important that we remain fearless, right? We remain fearless as men. We remain fearless as black people. We remain fearless as humans because we have to push the envelope to get to the next level, right?
Agreed.
You know, by day I'm you know, I kind of live in an education world, so I am about thought, forward thinking, and analysis, and pushing the envelope, and we're going to do the same thing within style, right? Now, I got to kind of backtrack with that pushing the envelope. A couple episodes ago, Gary, we talked about this thing called the male romper, right?
I knew you were going to go there.
And I was like, I don't really know. But I've done my research, brother.
Oh, here we go.
And there's been a couple of them. And I should have brought the picture.
Something, brother.
Because I know you're not going to believe
it. I need some buy-in. I need something.
You need some buy-in?
Yeah, I need some buy-in.
The picture. I'll bring it next episode.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple that's kind of fly. But again, it's the way they're made and the way they're cut.
Yeah,
pattern,
like, color.
Ain't none of them some days. Ain't none of them dukes. Ain't none of them nut huggers.
Sure.
None of those nut huggers is what I'm talking about.
None of that,
bro.
Yeah,
you know, but some kind of some. So it's about pushing the envelope. Right?
I agree.
You know, it's about pushing the envelope in the way that you can and being fearless about it. But also, even with and this is one thing that I think that we got to learn as gentlemen, man. is even with being fearless, we have to be calculated. Fearless doesn't mean reckless, right? Reckless is just dumb.
Yeah.
Fearless says, okay, you know what? I understand the consequences, but I have a plan to deal with what's going to happen on the other side.
You've done your due diligence in what we call the risk reward.
Risk reward.
Understand that, folks. That's a nugget we just dropped right there. If y'all are tuned in, you might want to write that one down. Understand the risk reward.
Absolutely. And so even in style, understanding the risk reward, I think a brother like Russell Westbrook, who's fearless. He understands the risk reward. He knows he's polarizing. He knows he's going to do stuff that nobody's probably going to do.
Yeah.
He's going to get lambasted for it, but he understands, you know what, I'm going before, and I'm setting some sort of a standard that I don't always understand, but he's doing his thing and he's living his truth, right?
And nothing wrong with that. As we see, for those that are watching right now, you see the truth in these photos. You see people, you see the red trousers, you see the pink bow tie. You see things that are happening. You see the different style with the roll-up sleeves and the vest, which you may not often see. You see the short sleeve shirt with the suspenders.
And a sleeve tattoo.
Talk about it.
Street with the dapper.
Talk about it. And those are things that happen. These men are being fearless.
Yeah, you got to be fearless, man. You got to be fearless when approaching this. So Father's Day just kind of taught me, again, to recap, that I rep more than myself, right? Even with my family and my style. I'm in an elite class and esteemed fraternity, right, of fathers. Even in my style, as a person who loves to look the best. Like I'm not gonna front, Gary.
Talk about it.
Like when I go somewhere, I really like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, if I don't kill him, I ain't trying to be there. Like I really want to be the best dressed man in the building. Honestly, the best dressed person.
I got
man
you.
and woman. Like that's just my deal. I want to be.
Nothing wrong with that,
I want to
man.
be memorable for the right reasons.
Set the stage high.
Right, and so and then lastly, to be fearless, man. To be fearless.
Yep. Yes,
And,
indeed.
one of the ways that I continue to be fearless, Gary, is in my expression on my facial hair.
Okay.
Right. So there's a young man out in Indonesia by the name of Faris Gamal, and I hope I'm saying it right. If Faris, if you hear me, please forgive me. Charge it to my head, not my heart. I'm just a lowly American that's trying to figure out how to pronounce other names and words. But he thinks he found a better way, right, of growing a beard. So traditionally, those in the Far East and in the southeast part of the world, and Asia and Eurasia, Indonesia, Micronesia, all of those places that end in SIA, they kind of have trouble growing the beards, right? And so the beard trend it's not just an American trend. It's not just a European trend. It's actually hit the world. Honestly, it's not even a trend. It's just got into popular culture recently here in the States. And he started using something that you guys may have heard of, and that's called Minoxidil. Minoxidil. You remember this thing called Rogaine?
Mm-hmm.
Rogaine, and they say Rogaine with Minoxidil. Minoxidil is the key ingredient in Rogaine that helps grow hair. And so it wasn't originally developed for that, but what it wound up doing is patients started seeing sloth in hair degeneration and or growth. So doctors started noticing that. People started trying to do their research. And so over in Indonesia, they started, this brother by the name of Mr. Gamal, he started rubbing it on his beard. He had whiskers. He was one of those most deaf kind of splotchy kind of dude with the beards, right? He was trying to grow it, but it didn't connect and all that kind of deal. Gary, you and I don't have that kind of problem. But he rubbed the Minoxidil on his face, and he started seeing results really, really, really quickly.
Yeah.
And so you can buy Minoxidil here in the States. It's not necessarily approved for that topical kind of application, but you can still get it. So it's not illegal. Doctors just say be really, really careful. Listen, we at G for Gentlemen, we're not physicians. Let me give you a disclaimer. You ain't finna sue the Sphere TV. You ain't coming to me saying Kalen Laws said that we're gonna end that right here, right? We're gonna end that right here. What we're also about to end is Facebook Live. Listen, you guys, I'm so sorry that you guys have to go, but we want to appreciate everyone that chimed in, tuned in, and left comments. We'll see you next time. Love you now. So with this minoxidil, that's something that a lot of guys can use to kind of grow the thick beard if that's the aesthetic you want to do. It's very funny, Gary. When I was a kid, man, I used to want a beard so badly, right? I can't wait till I grow my mustache. And I was that lame kid, literally. And I'm about to really put myself out there, blow my whole spot up. I took my mom's eyebrow pencil and darkened the whiskers, bro.
You wildin', kid.
Bro, no, I did. I got in the mirror and I was like, all right, hold on. Let me
Yes.
you bring your lip like that and try to lightly, like the peach fuzz. I didn't want to make it peach fuzz. I wanted
That's so
kiwi
funny,
hair.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
The reason why for me that's so damn funny is simply because I grew up not wanting facial hair.
Wow.
I grew up fresh face, take it down, then got into the little the chin strap look.
I had the chin strap,
had
bro.
the chin strap
Yes,
for a
sir.
long time. Then said, you know what? I'm out. Cut the chin strap off, kept the little goatee hair, and didn't want a beard. Like, did not want a beard. My girlfriend put the pressure on me and was like, I want to see you in a beard.
Listen.
I said, I'll make it happen.
Listen, Jay-Z said the power of the what?
Hey,
Okay.
exactly. Talk about it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to grow this beard.
Yeah.
Went through the itching stages,
Oh, my
you know,
gosh.
and that was horrible. I was like, you know what? I can't do this, but just kept brushing. And eventually, it was here, man. And then, a couple of different products I fell in love with. One we had over at at Startup Masters, and that's the Goddess Collection. So make sure you check her out. The Goddess Collection store on Instagram. You can get your order for that. But she's got an all natural butter that works so well. Kept my beard healthy and stylish, and that's what I use every day. That's my daily regimen. Dr. Goat stopped by and dropped some beard wash on us on Startup Masters.
Love
so I've been
beard
using a beard wash to keep it clean and fresh and healthy. So it's I'm falling a bit more in love with it than where I was originally.
Yeah, man. It's interesting, man, because there's a whole different culture that exists with facial care and hair care and skin care as it relates to men, right? So with me, technically speaking, my beard doesn't connect. Because it's so long and I've trained the way the hairs grow because of the way I pick it and brush it, things of that nature, it looks like it. But if I were to pull this back, for those of you who are watching, you will see a gap right here on like a small indentation right here where it starts. And so it's about knowing, your hair, your skin, so that you can find your regimen, right? But before we get there, I took a liberty to putting out a little survey. I went over to SurveyMonkey, created a small little 3-question survey, and I wanted to kind of get the opinion of people. Now, this isn't this is not a double-blind survey. So for those of you super smart double Ds out there, listen, it was just a simple survey. I just kind of wanted to highlight some things, and 68% of the respondents said that they preferred facial hair over no facial hair. Now, let me back up, right? I'm a black man, so obviously I have more black friends, and I kind of knew that would happen with the black people, but I made sure to, out of the 112 or so people that I sent it to, that I sent about 40 or 50 non-black people. Okay. To make sure to try to get a different cultural perspective.
Something balanced.
Yeah, to try to balance it out. And so 68% of the respondents said that they preferred facial hair. 74% said that it was professional, that facial hair is professional. And it was very interesting because in some circles we're taught that it's not.
Very true.
And 68% says it looks better on black men. Pop your collar, baby.
Hey, that's what people prefer. That's what people prefer.
So I'm just reporting to you the survey that I gave out. Right? Yeah, this was just a simple 3-question survey, but it begs the question: how do you take care of your skin?
Sure.
How do you take care of your beard? Is it different? Is what women do different than what men do? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think
you touched on that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times people have to realize that depending on how you take care of your skin, you're really advertising who you are as a person. How you take care of your beard, your overall appearance is all about your personal brand and that advertising. And for those that are looking for an opportunity to brand or advertise, you can do that right here at the Sphere. So, are you starting your business or looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue coupled with your strategic ad is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. But that's what it is. Yeah. Your personal brand. And that's what it's about, man. You're all the time. You're advertising yourself. And I think taking care of that facial hair, because it is something that's currently trendy in the United States, as you mentioned earlier, this has been around for decades, if not centuries, in other cultures. I think that we as African Americans, we as Americans as a whole, if you're on this soil and you're a citizen, take care of your beard, take care of your skin.
Indeed, man. And the first step to taking care of it is to know your skin.
True, very true.
Is it oily? Is it dry?
Exactly.
Do you have blackheads? Do you have whiteheads? Do you scar easily? Right? All of these kinds of things.
So important.
As a grown man, you should already know this stuff. Like if you don't know if your skin is oily, I don't know what to tell you. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should understand how your skin reacts to just basic lotion.
Agreed.
Right? And so once you understand what kind of skin that you have, then you can start to begin a regimen. Listen, I want to implore and encourage every listener and every viewer to this show to get a dermatologist. To get a dermatologist.
Professionals.
Please let the listen. We spend all this money on J's. We spend all this money on eyewear. Hey, listen, I'm a fashion guy, so I spend, I spend a considerable amount of money on clothes. Yeah. But I spend more money on my health and my appearance, right? It's all part of it. Like you said, I'm a 6'4", 220-pound billboard.
Got to be turnkey.
Repping my family, repping my business, repping my brand, repping the Sphere TV. Make sure you subscribe too. And so you want to rep it in the best way possible.
Always.
And so go get a dermatologist. Most major insurances will actually do cover dermatological care.
And you know what? I think a lot of times people are unaware. They're unaware. They're not in. When I say unaware, for those that are tuned in, you're in your car listening right now. When we're talking about being unaware, meaning no one's ever sat down and had that conversation with you. And B, I think that's part of the problem. People haven't had the conversation with somebody to say, hey, your skin is important. Just as the ladies go see an esthetician, men, we can go see a dermatologist. We can go see an esthetician as well. But why not see a dermatologist, have those conversations, have those consultations so you can find out more about your skin.
Absolutely.
This is your biggest organ on your body. Your skin.
It's called the igumentary system.
There it is.
The body's the digestive and the the central nervous system and all of that. This is the igumentary system. It's the largest, like you said, it reaches Gary, this is the largest organ on your body. So what are some tips though, right?
Talk about
tips
it.
That we can talk about is if you have facial hair, short, a little short like Gary's or long like mine, wash your facial hair.
Yeah.
Like, don't just hit the where the skin is.
Exactly.
Like, don't do that.
You gotta wash it.
Wash it. Like, if it's thick like mine, grab you some shampoo, lather that joker up in there. Take
it is
your
hair.
Fingertips, detangle, right? Really wash it. Okay. As often as you wash your face, I hope your butt wash your face every day. That's what my prayer is, right? That you're washing your face. Grandmama said what she said. The first thing you do when you wake up is you wash your face and you brush your teeth. You can go eat breakfast again, then come back and brush your teeth. But that's the first thing you're gonna do when you get up, right?
Yeah, gotta wash your face.
Gotta wash your face.
Keep it right.
Get that crust, that spackle.
Yep. Get that out.
Spackle.
Get that out.
And so the same thing. Get that gunk and the yesterday's dirt out of your beard, because this holds odor. It holds dirt. Mine sometimes holds food. Like it is what it is, right?
Yep.
And so you want to wash your facial hair just like you wash your beard. You also want to use something that I use quite consistently, and I don't know if you use this, Gary. You can, even at the length of your beard, you can use it as a co-wash. So what a co-wash is it's literally like if you go to the shampoo part of the aisle, It's a conditioner wash. That's what co-wash stands for. So it conditions and cleanses at the same time. It puts essential oils. It puts essential fats and lipids back into the follicle and the strand of the hair to keep it robust and strong, shiny, manageable, thick, whatever adjective you want to use.
Sure.
I actually use a Pantene cocoa butter co-wash.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pantene cocoa
You know
butter.
what I'm talking about? So, and you also like, but we're talking about beard, but also skin. Don't forget about your face.
Yeah. While you there,
Exfoliate.
come on, man.
Listen,
Speak on it.
There's nothing like a good scrub. A
Very
simple apricot scrub. I don't care if it's Equate brand from Walmart, St. Ives, or something that was prescribed by your dermatologist. Go see your dermatologist and or an esthetician. Listen, that's what we need, though.
Yeah,
man.
put the Dove bar away. Like
Put it away.
you can't just you can't wash every part of your body with soap that wasn't made for every part of your body. So you've got to be aware that one bar does not solve it all. That's not the way that this game works, man.
It's not. You know, and so use a scrub, use a mask. Charcoal is really popular right now, and it's getting some great reviews. Get you a St. Ives charcoal mask and put it on a couple times a week. Brightens your skin, evens it out. You won't even know. Listen, people give Charlamagne the God a lot of flack because his skin tone lightened a lot, but he just started exfoliating. He got dead skin off. He got old dirt off. Opened his pores up. Right.
Yep.
These are the things that happen when you do that.
When you're taking care of yourself.
Just like all bars aren't made the same. All creams aren't made the same. Use a face moisturizer. Stop using your body lotion for your cheeks. And I said it real country on purpose.
Yep.
But seriously though, like I was so guilty of that, Gary. I'm talking about. Like,
I mean, we all have.
I was like, man, it's lotion, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, we all have. I know I have. I know I've grabbed lotion and was like, I'm ashy. Let's we just
Put it right here and
they
keep
go
it moving,
everywhere.
right?
But
And
that's
just whatever. My wife like, dude, really?
Yep.
What are you doing?
You learn
What
the
am
hard
I
way.
doing? And then, but my face was always dry,
Mm-hmm.
or blackheads kept popping
Yep.
up, right? You know, pores big and look, I got freckles.
Yep.
Shout out to the people that got freckles, but I don't really have them, right? And so you want to use a face moisturizer that's specifically made for your face, for places where hair grows out, where a lot of moisture because of when you speak and breathe happens, right? Lastly, when it comes to the beard, you want to know how to comb your beard, how to brush it. You want to brush, if it's lower, you want to brush with the grain of the way the beard grows naturally.
Sure.
If it's longer than mine, you want to comb it or pick it, but the best way to do it is when it's damp.
There it is.
Because we black folks, we naturally have a tighter curl. I don't want to say kinky, or I hate nappy.
Yeah.
You know, we just have a tighter curl. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's
a
not as
tighter
loose.
curl.
There
It's
it
not
is.
as loose. But when it's wet, it's heavier and the curls soften. So you can pick it out, and it's a lot. First of all, it's a lot less painful. Number one,
Yeah.
right? Secondly, it holds the shape that you want. Like I can really. When my beard is wet, I can pat it real soft. Like if I'm going into a business meeting and I know people don't want a big one, I'll push it in a little bit because of the kind of texture of hair that we have. It'll be a little shorter. But then when I'm doing what I do, I pick that joke out real good. And it looks, but I do it when it's wet.
Sure.
When it's damp.
That's a nice tip.
Yeah, when you put you make it damp, and you put a leave-in conditioner in the beard or in your hair, whatever. If you have longer hair, and you comb it out, and it keeps the body of it.
There it is, man. It is. You know what's funny? What I like about this, what I like about everything that you've mentioned, and for those that are watching us right now, we want to make sure you understand this. These are not expensive things that you can do. These things do not break the bank. They stay within a price point. They stay within a good monetary budget that sows back into your existence. We already talked about the fact that we've got money set aside for specific things that we love and enjoy, but we've got to take care of self. And what we're talking about really is about men's health. And you've got to take care of that, especially if you can do it from a good financial perspective. And if you really want to talk about finances, you know who we need to talk about, and that's Houston Housewives of Finance. So, did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 39% or more than 77 million of Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month, and 39% of adults say they don't have enough in savings. Don't become one of these statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finances advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or email them at info@houstonhousewives.com. Houston Housewives of Finance.com. Ask them how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finances are the new faces of the new age of financial services. It's about your money.
It's about your money.
And these tips, they don't break the bank, brother. They don't.
And you know a beautiful thing about contacting Houston Housewives of Finance.
Talk about
organizations is that they're able to help you streamline your budget so that you can do what you want to do at times.
When you want to do it.
When you want to do it. One of the things that I love to do, and I know you are an ardent supporter of what I'm about to say, is travel.
You know it.
Listen, grab that passport.
Hey, man.
Bruh. And even if it's domestic, like, yo, just go see something different, right? But as a gentleman, you got to be prepared. I think that as a gentleman, we should always be prepared.
At all times. In any emergency.
Exactly, for whatever we may encounter. So, listen, you're an entrepreneur, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an entrepreneur myself. Those of you guys who are listening and are watching may not be entrepreneurs, but stuff happens, and your guys, your cousins, your granddad, your pops may say, listen, let's go do this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I bet. And you don't have time to run to the crib, pack a bag, all this kind of deal. It's important that you stay prepared. Right?
Very true.
And so you need your EB, man, your emergency bag.
You got to have one, man.
You got to have an emergency bag.
You got to.
A nice, and I'm a guy that my emergency bag switch with the seasons, but I'm a fashion guy.
Okay.
So I have a lighter emergency bag for the spring, summer, then I have a darker leather one for the fall, winter. That's just me. If you want to do it, go ahead and do your thing, right? But I like to have that emergency bag in case these kinds of instances happen. But what should be in it? Number point one, right? A toiletry bag. Listen, your butt don't need to be stanky. It's just that simple, right? Have your toiletry bag already packed.
Sure.
With your razors, your deodorant, your loofah, your whatever you need to keep your behind clean, have it in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Secondarily, you want to have a nice pair of denim.
There it is.
Denim goes great because you may not can go to a business meeting, but because it's a last minute trip, if something semi-professional happens to pop off, nobody's going to be upset at a nice pair of well-fitting jeans because it was last minute.
The universal.
Right? A nice dark pair of denim, indigo colored. And then you want to have a signature scent. My signature scent is Paco Rabanne, right? I love Paco Rabanne 1 million, but there's a new one called Paco 1 million Privé. And so one is daytime and one is evening time.
Okay.
I keep a small travel size. Remember, you got to be less than 3 ounces when you fly.
Very true.
Right? Small travel size in this bag, right? Just in case. I don't touch it. It stays in my trunk, right? You want to have your white button down because if you go to a business suit or you go to a steakhouse or somewhere that's nice, you want to have a nice, crisp white shirt, white pockets where it keeps it simple, right? And then a white T-shirt.
Yeah.
Just because you might be chilling.
You never know.
You might not be, just a white T-shirt. And you want to have some simple silhouette sneakers and some moccasins. I'm not a person that wants to say you want to have a hard bottom on these in this simply because I think it may be a little bit too formal. Moccasins are great in between, right, with some jeans because you're not wearing slacks. In this bag aren't slacks. I'm not going to wear moccasins with slacks, but you can wear moccasins with jeans and a blazer. Right?
Gotcha.
Then you want to have a blazer in there, a nice blazer in, and of course your drawers, your underclothes. No free balling, right?
Yeah.
You want to have your underclothes, but the main thing about this this emergency bag, is it needs to stay in the trunk at all times.
That's the premise of it being an emergency, right? You don't know when something's gonna pop off. You've got to be ready.
You're ready, and even it's not just for travel. Something might happen that you can't get home from the office.
True, there it is.
You can't get home from your classroom, right? You can't get home from your study group. Well, you know what? I can run by the YMCA real quick. I can run by my local gym. I got a membership. I can take a shower real quick and pop in, and I'm ready. This emergency bag, gentlemen, we need you guys to be ready at all times, right? And so, it's just necessary for a gentleman to always be. Scripture tells us. I'm an avid Christian. Scripture tells us to be ye also ready. Be ready, right? And lastly, before we end this thing, man, it's the summertime. We've been talking about. We've done a couple shows with what to wear in the heat, what to wear in the summer, different fabrics, but But the summertime is special to me as a black man, right? Because that's the family reunion time.
It is, man.
It's a family reunion.
Yes.
It's the OJs, and that's what I've been jamming all week, man. Is the OJs family reunion, right? I love music, backstabbers, right? Like just stuff that you know, Gary. That
I know
that Saturday morning cleanup music.
Man, look, I understand, man.
Yeah.
I understand wholeheartedly. You grow up listening to these tunes from your parents, and you're thinking, man, what are they listening to?
Right.
And then you look up 20 years later, 2 decades later, and it's the same music that you now enjoy.
Timeless.
It's timeless, man. Every family reunion, every grown-up encounter, you can expect to hear something from someone of that generation.
Agreed.
Man, and it's so good.
Agreed. And so because it's that time of year, my family reunion on my dad's side is coming up here in the next couple of weeks. I just been grooving and rocking to it, man, to the OJs, and then sometimes I might go and I might grab me a nice Manhattan.
Ooh,
a nice nice great grown man
Talk
drink,
about it.
and then grab me an Arturo Fuente cigar,
Man, look.
and just sit back and be a gentleman.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. Nothing wrong with that.
What
That's
else
what we
is there
do.
to do?
That's what
right?
we do.
And so here at Jesus for Gentlemen, this is what we talk about. This is how we live. This is who we are. I want to thank you for tuning in to Jesus for Gentlemen.
Indeed.
Listen, always remember that we are on every major platform. We want you to subscribe to our show, including iTunes. We want you to get on Stitcher. We want you to get on Google Play, SoundCloud. Listen, we are here for you. This content is organically developed for all of you guys. Share on Facebook, our Facebook Live post, and the entire show with your families and friends. Send a text message with the link. Donate also to our mission to bring enriched and inspiring content each and every week. Listen, we need you guys to mention it to your friends, to your family. We need you to mention them to everybody that you know. I am Kalen Laws, Senior Wapo. 713. Follow me on all on all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And I got my co-host, my brother, my man that just gave me some Listen, let's give him a round of applause for the dialogue that he had today.
Man.
That's right.
Hey, it is what it is. And of course, if you want to find me anywhere and about, hit me up. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. You got some questions for us here. You want to get some more insight to the things we're talking about. Shoot us an email, g4gents@thesphere.tv, or hit us up on social media at thesphere.tv, #G4, the number 4, gents. And that way we can get back to you and get those questions answered, because that's why we do this. We're here to empower you through fashion, style, accessories, and overall chivalry as a man. That's what it's about, man.
So listen, you can always keep it gangster.
True.
Or you can keep it gentlemanly. But always
keep it
G. Till next time.
Till next time, we'll see y'all.